If I could ask you this, how many of those wells, what I've just described that you're actively involved with, how many of those in Ohio are you monitoring at this time?
I can only speak really for Stark County. I'm the inspector for Stark County.
Okay.
Last year, probably 20 or 21 new wells drilled in Stark County. Those were inspected very beginning when the drilling rig came on location. They were inspected that the drilling pits were closed. They were inspected several times. The visits to the drilling rig.
Okay.
Any of the new wells that are drilled are being checked all the time. Now, the old wells.
Could you be more specific? What do you mean all the time?
From the beginning, when they're drilled,
okay,
and when they're restored, the preliminary restorations. Okay, that's when they reclaim the site. So for a period of, let's say, 6 months, they're probably inspected 5-6 times, looked at. Make sure everything is that the companies are following the law and doing what they're supposed to.
Okay, I only have so much time. If they do break the law, what is the fine?
Well, there's no fine. It's actually a written violation.
Okay.
We follow up on, make sure to tell them.
What if they break it again? They never have to pay a fine. You're saying these companies never have to pay a fine if they don't follow every single item that you want them to do.
I'll let Tom take this.
Okay. But I only have so much time, and I've got several questions. Okay. Please be short.
All the statutes and rules have an associated penalty with them. To apply that penalty, we can go through an administrative order, a civil action, criminal action, or a consent agreement. As the penalty or as the violation progresses, if a company doesn't obey the first time or they obey and then they do another thing, it becomes progressive. And at some point during that progression, one of those things kicks in.
Okay, I remember this past summer when many miners died, I believe in West Virginia, that company had many fines, but they felt that the price of the fines really was just part of doing business. Now, another question. Now, you've mentioned that you're one inspector for Stark County. Another person mentioned that you foresee a large boom now. So if there's so many wells in Stark County now, how many do you foresee, say, a year from now, 5 years from now?
You can't project that at this point.
2 times as many? 3
No,
times as many?
absolutely not. I mean, there's over 3,000 wells approximately in Stark County today. You're not going to double that in a number of years.
All right. How many inspectors does the state of Ohio have?
We currently have 22 today, adding 8 more, and then hopefully 6 more.
Okay. So how many wells are you monitoring in the state? Are you actively monitoring in the state of Ohio?
We're responsible for 64,000 and a few.
64,000, we have 22 inspectors.
Today, yes.
But you said you're going to increase that by a third. With my math, that takes up to about 33 for 64,000 wells.
That's correct.
Okay? And I'm sure you do a fine job, as we all do a fine job in our professions. But I just want to go back to what another person said earlier, is that accidents do happen, and everybody thinks that the company they employ to put their roof on or to put their well in or whatever is going to do everything exactly right. That's what we're worried about. We are worried about that individual item that could happen one well or another.
So are we.
And there's no fines.
Yes, there are fines.
This gentleman said there wasn't.
Initially. It depends on administrative violations. If there's a paper violation, there's no fine. We have a progressive violation process.
And who monitors
If
that?
they don't have a well-site identification, we're not getting a penalty.
And who monitors that? Who levies those fines?
We do.
Okay.
We have criminal and civil aspects of our Ohio Revised Code. We have a consent agreement process that will negotiate penalties versus going through the long, drawn-out legal process. And we do that where it's necessary. We don't do it where it's not.
And Governor Cages has recently said that he really would like to contain all the state agencies, not really expand them. You feel you're going to get more and more inspectors to cover these 64,000 wells?
We're going to get additional resources to deal with
1/3
drilling. Currently,
Okay.
yes.
All right. Just the last comment I'd like to make is that another gentleman earlier this evening spoke about some laws that were passed about 6 or 7 years ago in Ohio that really took the control from the local to the state level. I would really like to see that our state legislatures, which I know are here tonight, Mr. Sharon, Mr. Oslager, et cetera, I would like to see those individuals go back and bring that control back to us, the people in the local area, and not to the state. But we want to be responsible for our areas, Mr. Borello. Thank you for your comment. Namely,